Okay, hey class. Here to give you a little bit a brief synopsis of some of the notes from our reading this week. As we went through with chapter 1, one of the things that I was brought out to me was that family life education is all around us, and I am starting to notice it a lot more now that I'm aware of it. And so that's one of the things that I came through. I also went through and I was looking at with the different kinds of teaching methods. I was looking at and wondering what kind of teaching method do I want to have in my workshop. And I really came up with the idea of eclectic. I do want to have a little bit of everything. I want to have some expert knowledge that I can pass on to the people that in my workshop. I would like to let them decide a little bit on the area that they would like to take the conversation. I would like to ask them questions that cause them to think about their situation, think about what they can do to make their situation better, and those kinds of. I'd like to be a collaborator in that. I know that the people that are going to be in this workshop have had their own life experiences, and I would like to learn from their life experiences as well as them being able to gain information from me. So I think that's really important. And as an interventionist, I would very much like to look at the things that I would like them to change in coming to the workshop that I'm offering. I'd like to be able to change their attitudes on dealing with their elderly parents. Maybe alleviating some of the guilt that they may feel about having to deal with their parents. Sometimes we feel it's more of a chore and we feel a little resentful. We may dread what we have to do with their parents. And so I'd like to be able to help them maybe change that into joy, change the attitude as in, hey, here's an opportunity that I get to know my parents, or that I get to serve in a way that they've served me throughout my life. And I would just like people to be able to come away with a change of attitude and a change in knowledge, and knowing that they now have they can find ways to better serve their family and to honor their parents and as their parents have served them. And looking in chapter 19, it was really struck with the idea of trying to find non-conventional ways of teaching family life education. It doesn't always have to be formal. It doesn't always have to be in a workshop. It can be in conversations. It can be in different projects that we put together. I know in one of my classes, I'm putting together a quiet book, as far as being able to teach younger children about family values and education and along those lines. And I was also struck with being able to, I don't know how to put this, put a note in there that I needed to be very aware of the cultural differences in different families in dealing with their elderly. There are some cultures that very much expect a certain family member to take care of the elderly parents, some that they expect the care to be taken in the home, other cultures who expect to put their parents someplace in assisted living. So I need to pay careful attention so that we're not putting guilt or shame on anybody because their expectations are different. In chapter 2, I was coming out with how do I want to put together the workshop, materials, set it up. And one of the things I really came out with that is encouraging the learners to try new ideas that they hear in the workshop, take them to their family situations and see what works for them in their situation. That, I needed to take a poll and find out what my target audience feels that they need to learn. Also, that there are things, ascribed needs that I may see that they may not see right now. And so those type of things I want to put into the workshop. Another thing I want them to take away from the workshop is that they're not alone, that there is help out there. There are very much different alternatives, and that dealing with their parents does not have to be a battle. I came up with quite a list of reasons why people in chapter 16, why people do not attend family life education workshops, and some why they do. Um, and it was kind of fun to read that and find out that my ideas pretty much went along with the book on what they came up with. Coming into chapter 2, I also came into ways that I need to target or hit my family audience. My target audience really is my generation and my age group, because dealing with our elderly parents is something that we do have to do. So I came up with ways to find my target audience and let them know about my workshop is through Facebook, my friends on Facebook, texting the people in my phone, sending out an email invite to people on my email list. I'm planning on putting up posters in the church building and have the permission from the bishop to do that, and having flyers there as well. Word of mouth. I'm talking to parents both in church and people in the community, people that I know at my daycare, sending out word of mouth. And then I also thought of possibly putting a copy of my poster or flyer on Instagram and reaching more people that way. And finally, when we get to the appendix, some of the things there I came up with for my program that we really need to see the other's perspectives. I want to use this a lot in my workshop as far as we being able to see our parents' perspectives and how difficult this time is for them, as they've always been a care provider, and now to turn around and have roles change where they now have people taking care of them, and how hard that is and how awkward that is for them. And I would very much like to help the people in my workshop come up with that point of view so their conversations with their parents don't have to be such a battle. That we need to help our parents feel that they can be part of the changes that are going on, that they have a say in it. It's not forced on them. And when we're doing things, with our parents, we really need to stop and think, the way I'm approaching this, am I going to get what I want out of this? And does this show respect for them? Those are things I thought I could really use from the reading in my workshop. And I hope this helped you guys. Thanks for listening.